Crochet. Hi, my name is Ronnie, and today we're going to make this rectangle basket. What will you need for this project? Well, let's set this aside and I'll let you know. First, you need to have 3 different kinds of yarn. Now, this can be any kind of yarn that you want, but it does need to be 3 different skeins. Or you can use 3 of the same skein. In this project today, I chose this white from Red Heart. I also have this teal from Ice Yarns. This is 100% cotton. And this is an Ice Yarn, I'm sorry, this is not Ice Yarns, but this is also 100% cotton. This came from a cone that my boyfriend bought me. You will also need a darning needle to weave in your ends, a pair of scissors, and today I'm using a 5.5 millimeter hook. So get your 3 yarns ready and your hook, and we'll begin. Before I go, I would like to let you know that I have been working on this for a week now. I'm having problems with my camera. The place where you put your battery in, that little piece broke. So every so often, my battery goes dead when it's not really dead. Then, I'm not used to working with 3 yarns at the same time, so it's been really hard on my hands and on my arms. So keep that in mind when you're making this. Hopefully we'll get along just fine. So let me get everything ready and I'll be back. Okay, so once you have your yarn ready, we're going to take the ends of all 3 skeins of yarn. And we're going to make a slip knot. Let me adjust this leg just a little bit. You might see a shadow. There's not much I can do about that. Okay, so make a slip knot. With all 3 of your yarns. Just like that. And you're going to place that on your hook. And I have yarn pulled out, but obviously it's not going to work well with me. So now we need to make 31 chains. Take your time with each chain. And it might be a little difficult at first, for we're used to working with 1 skein of yarn, not 3. So just take your time. And it does get easier after the first couple of chains. So you just yarn over and go through the loop. And keep doing that until you get a total of 31 chains. And I'll be right back once I get my 31 chains done. I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my 31 chains. And now I'm going to work in the back bumps only, but you can make your single crochet however you want. It all works out the same at the end. So I'm going to go in the back bumps, which will be a little difficult considering you're using 3 yarns. But once you get the hang of it, it will be all right. And I'm just going to make one single crochet. And then I'm going to place one single crochet in each chain across. Again, you need to take your time because working with 3 skeins of yarn is no ball game. And if you've never worked with 3 skeins of yarn, your hands will get sore after a while. But just give them a rest, massage them a little bit, and then go right back to it. But with the 3 skeins of yarn, it also makes it thick to where it can stand up. And like with the chain, I'm not going to make you watch me make each of these single crochets. Just wanted to do a few online or on camera. So repeat making one single crochet in each chain across, and once I make it to the end, I'll return. I'll be right back. Okay, so now you should have something that looks like this. And what you want to do is you want to chain 1 and turn your work. And then starting with this very first stitch, you want to place a single crochet. And you're going to place a single crochet in each stitch across. From rows 2 to 18, 2 through 18, you're going to place one single crochet in each stitch across. At the end of each stitch, or at the end of each row, you will have 30 stitches. Then you will chain 1 and turn your work and continue with the next row. Once I have my 18 rows done, then I will return and we'll go from there. So right now I'm just going to continue with my 18 rows. One single crochet in each stitch. Take your time. And this can be with any kind of yarn you want to make it with. It doesn't have to be cotton. It can be anything. Mix and match. Okay, I'm going to continue to do this. And once I get my 18 rows done, then I'll return. So far, that's what I got. I'll be back shortly. Okay, so now you should have something that looks like this. And I'll zoom out just a little. Whoops, wrong way. Just a rectangle. So now we're going to work on getting to the sides. So now you need to chain 1 and turn your work. And hope that your yarn doesn't get all tangled like mine's been doing. Okay, so for this first row, we're just going to place one single crochet in each stitch across, just like we have been doing. I'm sorry if I keep going out of camera. This stuff is really not that easy to work with. But I'll try and stay in as much as I can. So I'm going to go finish this side. And you might be thinking, well, why didn't you just say go through 19 rows? Well, this is not exactly a row. We're going to go around the whole piece. And then we're going to work on the sides. So continue placing one single crochet in each stitch down, and then once I get to the corner, then I'll pop back up and show you what to do in the corners. And I'll be right back. Okay, so I've came to the last stitch of the row. So this will be my corner. And I'm just going to place 2 single crochets in each corner. I made another one and I placed 3 single crochets in the corner, and that didn't work out too well. So we're going to try the 2. So now, once you've made it around your corner, you're just going to place 1 single crochet in each hole. There should be a hole where we've turned our work in each row. So just find that hole and place a single crochet there. And once again, I will continue to place 1 single crochet in each row all the way down this side. And I'll meet you at the corner. And then I'll be able to tell you how much each side is going to be, or how many stitches you'll have on each side. Once I make it to the corner. I'll be right back. Okay, so each short side should have 20 stitches, and each long side should have 32 stitches. I'm at the corner. I've already placed my 2 single crochets in the corner. I'm going to weave over my end as I go. And we're going to place 1 single crochet in each stitch across. Then you're going to come to the corner and place 2 single crochets in the corner. And this very first row, it's going to be probably the hardest that you've had to do yet. Depending on how tight you made your stitches, and obviously I made my chain pretty tight. So I'm just going to keep continuing, placing 1 single crochet in each stitch across the bottom, and in the corner I'll place 2 single crochets. Then on the short row I'll place 1 single crochet in each of the holes of the rows. And then I'll meet you back at that last corner. I hope that all made sense. I hope you're having an easier time with this than I am. It's been a very long time since I've worked with 3 skeins of yarn. It's taken my hands a little time of getting used to it. But I'll meet you back at the end. Okay, so once you get to the last corner, you place your 2 single crochets there in that last corner. And then in the back stitch, sorry about that. In the back loop of that first stitch, you need a slip stitch. And then we're going to make a double crochet in this very first stitch. Only I'm going to make mine a little different. You can make yours 3 chains, but I'm going to place a single crochet on top of a single crochet using the back loop only. So now we're going to place 1 double crochet in each stitch around in the back loops only. When you come to the corner, I'll meet you back there. Okay, I've made it to my corner, and I'm going to place 2 double crochets in the back loop only. Now I'm going to place 1 double crochet in the next stitch and 1 double crochet in each of the next stitches. So you repeat for this, well, it's not really a repeat. For this round, you're going to place 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around, but in the corners, you're going to place 2 double crochets. And remember, in this round, we're going to do this in the back loops only. So I'm going to continue going around. And when I get to the corner, this very last corner where we started, then I'll pop back in and I'll tell you what to do from there. Please remember to take your time if you're not used to 3 skeins of yarn, because it's not that easy. But it does make it stiff, and that's what you need to make a basket. Stiff yarn. Okay, I'll be back shortly. Okay, so I've made it around to the corner. And now we need a slip stitch into the first double crochet. And then we need to place another double crochet in this first double crochet. So you can chain 3, or you can make whatever kind of double crochet you're making, but I'm making 2 single crochets on top of each other, which is man, my brain just went blank. A double standard crochet, I think is the name of it. Anyway, this round we're just going to place 1 double crochet in each stitch around. We're not doing the back loops anymore, so place the double crochet like you normally would. And like always, once you get to the corner, you're going to place 2 double crochets in each corner. So just continue this all the way around. Once I get back to the beginning, then I'll return. going to zoom out just a little bit. So far, this is what you should have. And yes, it kind of looks funky, but on the next round, we're going to turn it right side out, and I'll show you what to do then. I'll be right back. Okay, so I made it back to my corner, and now all I need to do is slip stitch into the corner. I'll go ahead and do that. And now you need to turn your work right side out. And you might have to press on your sides to get them to stand up. And in the corners, this is what I do in the corners. I press and I hold for just a few minutes on each side. And that will help the corners stay like they're supposed to. So after you've done that, you need to find the middle stitch of your corner. And I took stitch markers. Here, let me zoom out just a little to show you. I took stitch markers and I put them in each of the corners so I'd know exactly where my corners were. You should have 20 stitches on each of these small sides. And on the longer sides, you should have 32 stitches. For some reason, I have 31 on each of my long sides. So somewhere I'm missing a couple of stitches. That's alright. It doesn't matter. So now we're going to do around where we put handles on the long side. So I'm going to zoom back in. Now you're going to get my crochet work ready. Just give me a second. And in this very first stitch, we're going to place a double crochet. And in the next 9 stitches, we're going to place 1 double crochet. Which I'm going to go ahead and do off camera, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so once you have your 10 double crochets, you're going to chain 10. Which I don't suggest you make those too tight. Make those a little loose. And then you're going to skip 10. then double crochet in that next stitch. So since I have 31 stitches on this side, I did 10 double crochets, then I chained 11 and I skipped 11. And now I'll do 10 double crochets till I reach the corner. And that's what you're going to have to do with yours too. You'll have to take the number of stitches you have on the long side and divide it by 3. So now I have 10 more double crochets that I need to do. So I'm going to finish these double crochets offline and I'll meet back up with you at the corner. I'll be right back. Okay, I've made it to my corner. You should have 2 stitches in your corner, so that's why I keep saying 2 double crochets in the corner. I'm just going to continue to do 1 double crochet in each stitch around until I get to my other side. Once I get to my other side, then I'll come back and we'll do the handle on that side. I hope this tutorial is easy for you to follow and I've not made a mess of it. If so, would you please let me know in the comments? I can always do another tutorial, but using different yarns and using 1 skein instead of 3. So I'm going to continue doing these double crochets until I get around to the other side. Once I get there, I will return. Okay, I'm back over on the other side. So now I need to place 1 double crochet in the next 10 stitches. We're going to do the same thing we did on the first side. I'm going to do this part off camera. I'll be right back. So I did my 10 double crochets. Now I'm going to chain 11. 1, 2, 3, whoops. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But you chain however many you have. And then we're going to skip 11 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we're going to double crochet in that next stitch. So now this side will get 10 double crochets, and then you'll just do 1 double crochet in each stitch until you come up to the very first double crochet, which then you need to slip stitch into. Once I get to that part, I'll be right back. Okay, so I got back around and I placed my first double crochet in that first stitch. Well, I slip stitched into it first. Then I placed my double crochet and I placed 1 more double crochet for the next 10 stitches. So now you come across where this chain is. And I'm just going to place 11 double crochet around the chain. If you want to, and you want to take the time, you can go into each individual chain and place a double crochet. But to save time, I'm just going to go around the chain. And then once you're done with your chain, you just place one double crochet in each stitch around until you get to the beginning. Don't forget about the other chain on the other side. You will need to do the same amount of stitches as the chain. Once you get back to the beginning, go ahead and slip stitch into your first double crochet and fasten off, and then weave in your ends. Once I get that far, then I will return and show you what I have. I'll be right back. I hate it when that happens. Okay, well, I've got done with my basket, and this is what you should have. It's not that big. Well, let's go ahead and measure it. I'm going to flip it over, and we're going to measure the bottom of it. So lengthwise, this basket is 13 inches, and width is 8 inches. So it's not that big. And the deepness is only, about 2.5 deep. This is perfect for what I'll be doing with it. I will be taking all the stuff that I have made for my kitchen supplies. I'm going to take all that and I'm going to put it in this basket, and then I'm going to give the whole thing away on my Facebook page. So if you're interested in that, I will put my Facebook group down below, and you can click on it and come on over and join me on Facebook. And you can also enter the giveaway. But I'm not done with everything yet. I still need to make a dish soap dress. That's up next. But if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers. I'm so excited. If you've liked my video today, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. That will help me greatly. If you have any questions about this project here today, please comment down below. I want to tell you thank you so much for watching this video from beginning to end. That helps me out more than you'll ever know. Until next time, please be safe out there. Bye.